everybody, I am Tom, and you are watching me play Divinity Original Sin 2. In today's episode, we're probably going to go talk to the doctor. And when I say talk to the doctor, I mean murder the doctor, but first, I'm going to go in here. Because it's Cranley Hubert. What's his name? Cranley Hubert? Cranley Hubert. I knew I was saying something wrong. Hello.
Greetings. I am Cranley Hubert. I assume no further introduction is required.
Never heard of you. Which is a lie. I've read like all your books.
Oh, come now. Surely you've heard of my writing, or my work with the Historical Guild of Arcs? No?
Put his knowledge to the test. Ask him who painted the Sacrifice of Lucian.
Ha! Ask me a real question, why don't you? The answer is Hubert Oak, of course. My near namesake. A question for you. In what year did Lucian the Divine depart from us?
I don't know. Well, which is to say I don't remember. It is stated in books that I have, like, literally in my... I'm pretty sure I've got the book here. Give me a second. I'm just gonna look this up. Let's go be here somewhere. Runs the script. It'll be here somewhere. Necromancy, the Chaos War. 1233. .1233 was the Chaos War. And he died the same year, right?
Correct.
There we go.
Perhaps I'm still being too easy on you. Any drunk on the street could have gotten that right. Time for a real challenge. Name the first king of the dwarves.
Let me find my books again. You know what? I'm just going to Google this rather than looking through all those books, because, honestly, what difference is it going to make? First king of the dwarves. Oh, look at this. Gives you a whole quest on it. 1233 Tanax, apparently.
Clearly you have had some modicum of education in your time. One final question. Answer this correctly, and you can consider yourself a scholar on par with yours truly. Fail, and I shall have to show you my door. The Sorcerer King from times of yore, Brachus Rex, had a twin. What was her name?
Cassandra.
Well. I must confess, your knowledge is impressive.
Well, that's kind of cheating. That's meta knowledge because I played the first game.
Please, allow me to invite you to join me in my private chambers for further intellectual discourse.
Sure.
Excellent. Please, come along.
I don't think I've ever done this before, by the way.
Once you know the trick, you place a book onto the pile, and a hatch at the back of the fireplace is unlocked. Go on down. I'll be right behind you.
Interesting.
Such hefty volumes these are. I shall need to commission more shelving from the carpenter.
Oh, he already did the thing, okay.
My sanctum. True intellect flourishes best in the dark, don't you think?
That's a weird thing to say.
Such hefty volumes these are. I shall need to commission more shelving from the carpenter. My sanctum, my intellectual womb, my palace of the mind. Welcome, and make yourself comfortable. Pray tell me, what's the darkest, most delicious nugget of knowledge you've come across in your time?
Interesting.
With a mischievous twinkle in his eye, Cranley glances from you to some nearby skill books, rare ones. He raises an eyebrow. Impress him, and we might win a prize, it seems.
Tell him that Voidworken aren't true monsters, but the remnants of an ancient higher race that now seek restoration.
Cranley Hubert's eyes bulge with amazement.
Ask if the esteemed Cranley Hubert was sufficiently impressed by what he had told you.
Oh my, yes. And please, let's not be so formal. Down here, call me Gigi.
He
Interesting.
gestures absently for you to select from the skill books as your reward. It seems that the poor fellow is quite taken aback by what you told him. Without another word, he wanders away from you, deep in thought.
Cool. So we get a source skill here. I don't think I really care about any of them. Skingraft, I guess. Because I don't think Loisa, strictly speaking, knows Skingraft yet. Like, she knows it from a skill, but I don't think she knows it from... I already have Forced Exchange on both of them. She has it from a skill, from an item, but I don't think she actually knows the skill in onto herself. Razorback. A lot of physical armor. 10% blocking chance. 869 magic armor. 2 constitution. 10 water resistance. Inflict burning on contact. Inflict 40% damage as physical damage. Probably better than what you've got. I lose retribution, water resistance, and some accuracy. But I think ultimately worth it, because I gain 300 physical armor, 200 magic armor, and 10% block chance. Certainly worth it. So let's sell the old one.
Oh, wonderful smell in this volume. The
Cool, I
musty
guess.
aroma of knowledge.
May I talk to you again?
Cranley Hubert barely notices you. He is utterly engrossed in his thoughts, his brow furrowed.
I did kind of just tell him, like, world-changing news. Can I take this chest? I mean, you're not paying attention, are you? Look, I can pick this lock for me, shall we? No one's looking. We'll never know. And apparently this isn't stealing. Because apparently he doesn't care. He's too engrossed in thought to care that I'm... Oh. I want all of these. I want to read all of them. Why does he have a cage down here? What the fuck? He's a weirdo. Let's have a look around this place. This guy's a weirdo. Meanderings of Cranley Hubert. Light and Life of Cranley Hubert. Hubert's Encyclopedia, Volume 5. Lawmaster's House Key. Hubert Cranlet.
So many books.
Exciting New Discoveries. Hanley Cubert's Encyclopedia Volume 6. Hanley Cubert's Encyclopedia 21. Let's go through and actually read some of these, eh? Posy by Cranley Hubert. Where you expect to find poetry or prose, you instead find a list of words that kind of sort of rhyme. Orange, syringe, boring, forage, soaring, lozenge. He's trying to come up with a rhyme for orange. It's like the classic line that there is no rhyme for the word orange. Good to know. And next we have Poems of Power. My love is gone, I am left forlorn. For to the God King is she sworn. She rides a pale white unicorn and blows the God King's horn. She looks at me with hate and scorn because I refuse to be reborn. My love is gone, I'm left to mourn. Interesting. Very interesting, actually. Verse for Winter's Morn. The page was an apparent work in progress, eventually abandoned by its frustrated author. Your love is better than cake, boysenberry tarts, wolf meat, the bee's knees, poison, carob paste. Interesting. Another poem. He was poor, a voyeur, and above all, a doer, a dower. He was having a ball, but then death came to call. She was rich, yet bewitched, and with fine thoughts enriched. They all called her a doll, but then death came to call. I'm not loaded, nor bloated, and not often quoted, but still want it all. Death, postpone your call. Interesting. They're all about death and postponing death. I thought myself a poet, but lo, I couldn't show it. I tried to write some verses, but all that came were curses. My quill I set aside, so I could save my pride. Interesting. This book of verse, entitled The Erotic Adventures of Thaddeus Hot Breeches, a popular volume often gifted to newlyweds. Interesting. Light and life. Life is art, admire it. Life is comedy, laugh at it. Life is tragedy, condemn it. Life is trash, dispose of it. Life is treasure, value it. Life is what you make of it. Written below this poem is a longhand is the following note. What goddamn rubbish, after writing this I dare never hold another quill. Who's to say what drivel might flow from it? Interesting. Sounds like he's depressed. 1233 AD, the Chaos War, widely acknowledged, blah 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 blah. We've already read this. Key, you can go in my key bag. Volume 14. Water as a weapon. Hubert quickly outlines the ways in which a sorcerer of a certain bent may turn even the gentle rain to their advantage, from razor-sharp ice to frosted armor, through to strange powers of healing. Cranley seems willing to acknowledge that a good hydrosophist was, at one point in time, of great value. Now he seems to paint a rather darker picture. Interesting. So it seems like he's actually rather a devout man, and that because the church is against sorcerers, so is he. Dallas the Hammer and the Solution of Fort Joy. In a profile so complimentary it may almost be described as gushing, Hubert tells the story of Dallas the Hammer's rise from her exploits in the war against the Black Ring, as a leader of integrity, and steeled to becoming the architect of Alexander's program of suppression of sorcery, and the creator of the camp in Fort Joy. He lauds her intuition, her drive, and most of all, her compassion and grace in dealing with the sorcerers, whom he describes as poor unfortunates. The Birth of the Seven. In this volume, Cranley the Chronicler recounts the rise of the seven great gods. On plains where source held sway, elemental deities rose. Those small gods soon fell into competition, so they created mortals to provide them with source. Over time, these myriad gods emerged into one great deity for each of their peoples. These are the seven. That's actually relatively close to the truth. There's a few things that are incorrect about it, but it's, for the most part, kind of accurate. I cannot stop thinking about the strange book I read in the Lizard Consulate. Such powerful sounding beings. Could they even be real? Events in arcs are so interesting of late. Once matters settles, I may commit myself to studying these supposed beings further. I must learn more of this bizarre life cycle of theirs and the strange manner in which they sustain themselves. What I read of them seems to suggest that an entirely new world awaits. A shame that I cannot recall the name of the author. Why didn't I take note of it? The book must surely be nothing but ashes now, along with the rest of the consulate. Interesting. I wonder if you can find that book. Lucian's Day. Our God's Forsaken World. In a tome so short as to be likely unfinished, Hubert recounts the origins of Lucian's Day. In short, a day of mourning for Lucian's passing in the year 1233 has become a day of hope for his return. And finally, Warfare. Of Warriors. In this long chronicle of the history of people killing each other, the historian Hubert lists every possible form of unmagical combat, including even the memorable occasion in which Vladis Campanelle tried to beat his husband to death. Sorry, Vladis? I assume that was a male name, I guess not. Vladis? Kinda like Gladys, I guess. Vladis Campanelle tried to beat her husband to death with the mismatched wooden legs of his most recent mistress. That's some pretty in-depth knowledge there, but okay. I'm glad I read all those. Everything else here is kind of boring, just whine. Well, boring in a game context, at the very least. It's actually a relatively humble house, considering how rich he must be. I wonder if... I bet there's probably every single Hanley Cubit encyclopedia in this house. That would actually make sense. I don't know how many there are in total, but they're probably all in there, if I were to hazard a guess. Alrighty then. So, we've done this house, we've done this house. There's some problems here. Literally just a hole in the road. And finally, there is a signpost
No
here.
new patients being accepted at this time.
The house of the doctor, as it were. I'm going to do a save here. Safety save. Not Dave. Save. Sure. Apparently I had a save before called safety save. So back of Cranley Hubert's place. Cranley Hubert. I keep saying it backwards. Nevertheless, let's go. Hey, Melody. What up?
There you are. I've been looking for Lothar. I suppose she can sense how close she is to him. Luckily for all of us, I've been busy. I know exactly what we need to do to get him out of Lothar's head and into the palm of her hand.
Good job.
Shall I continue?
Step aside and gesture for Lothar to take the lead.
Well, the prognosis is very good. I know of a way we can find your demon's home plane, the place he stores the souls he steals. If we can find it, we can destroy it.
Lothar inhales sharply.
I'll read that as excitement, gratitude, battle lust.
Probably all of the above.
It's just, this is it. This is everything I've wanted. Finally, a chance to have a chance.
That's the idea, at least. But we need to move quickly. The faster we can get in and out of there, the less chance there will be that a drama leak realizes we're there. So, are you ready?
Yes. Yes, definitely. I think. So, team, ready to roll?
Sure, let's destroy a demon.
Malady takes Lothar's hands and closes her eyes.
Stay near me, all of you. You don't want to get lost where we're going.
You are suddenly heavy on your feet. The air here feels weighted with import and dread. All light within you feels suddenly dimmer.
Here we are. Tread carefully, Lothar. This place... it isn't safe.
I've literally never done this before, by the way.
Lothar looks at you nervously and smiles.
Smile back. Tell her you won't leave this place until you've done what you came here to do.
I'm glad you're here. So, where should we start?
That depends on what we find. We need to weaken your demon by freeing the souls he's trapped here. Exactly how he's storing them, and what that will mean for us, will be a surprise for both of us.
Do all demons have a personal realm like this?
The powerful ones do.
Do
Nothing
you?
they enjoy more than a private playground where no prying eyes can interfere with their fun. And before you ask, no, I don't have one. Even I have a modicum of decency. Deep, deep down.
Well, you don't have to use it as a torture realm. Is this where Lothar will go if the demon succeeds in overtaking her?
I believe so. But we won't let that happen.
Good.
You can say that again.
Is it possible to leave this place?
You can, but that would close the portal for good. It isn't nothing for me to bring us here. It takes a great sacrifice. Don't waste it.
Good to know. Alright, so first things first. I could follow Melody. But I explore. Alright, let's follow Melody. Probably the safer thing to do.
Not now. I need to focus on Lothar.
Interesting.
No wax pools at the candle's wick, though it grows brighter as you inspect it. A feeling comes over you. There's a soul within this flame, within the black wax that fuels it.
Do you feel it, Lothar? There's a soul within this candle. So, this is how your demon operates. He collects them here and feeds from them at his leisure.
Interesting.
I feel it. It's the spirit of a woman. Prudence. The innkeeper in Driftwood. She made a deal with him, with a Dromalik. And now she'll be trapped here, forever.
If the demon is feeding from her, we need to snuff the candle out. This is how we'll weaken him.
Snuff her out? But that's like... Like killing her. If I do that, I'm no better than Adramalik.
Please. He destroys people for the love of it. If we must do this, it's to save the thousands he'd feed on in future.
That isn't true. I don't care about them. I mean, I do. But the only person I really care about is me.
I mean, I snuff out souls all the frickin' time. I don't know what I'm talking about. But she's right. No one present has the right to snuff out a soul.
She hesitates for a moment, then turns away from you. She reaches out and pinches the wick, snuffing out the fire.
There. It's done. Let's keep moving.
Good idea. Alive. There'll be more where this came from.
The candle is extinguished.
Cool. I stand by that, by the way. No one has the right to do it. I mean, I'm still gonna do it. Because, you know.
This won't do.
That was a weird fucking violin motif.
Second verse, same as the first.
If you say so.
The candles glow with the light of the spirits housed by each. They reach toward Losa, eager to be heard.
You know what you must do, Losa. There is no other way.
2 people. 2 souls. 2 souls, just like me.
Suggest you speak to the victims within them if she can.
You're right. I owe them that. I owe them at least that.
She holds her hand to the flame and seems to go into a trance.
2 souls. So different. 2 souls bound together by the demon. One, a humble man, a father. The other, a killer. The first, he understands. He wants me to destroy Adramalik. He's willing to be destroyed himself. The second is full of anger, of fury. He doesn't want to be sent into the darkness.
Just like her indeed. Advise her not to be like the demon. Let them live.
I have no choice. If I want to survive him, I have to be like him. I have to do this. It's the only way.
Losa reaches out and twists the candle's wicks. They smoke and die.
You're getting the hang of this. Very good. Not done yet, Losa.
I'm going to assume there's no real loot in here.
All those souls.
Holy fuck.
I wasn't expecting this.
The candles twinkle in the distance, each a life, each a soul.
All these people. All these people. All these precious people.
Say nothing, stand beside her. Take in the scene, thousands, millions of souls, trapped here by the demon inside her.
She stands silent, stock still. Melody suddenly grabs Losa's arm. She speaks through gritted teeth.
We must stop him. This cannot continue. We can't let it. We need to free them, snuff them out. If Adramalik can't draw on their power, we'll be able to face him and finish him.
I can finish him with it.
But they're all like me. Every last one of them. How can I...
What will happen to all these souls? There's so many of them, each with their own stories, their own lives.
I know it isn't easy, but we need to end them. Yes, they will vanish. They won't go onto the hall. They'll simply cease to be. But if we don't do this, there will be no stopping Adramalik. The sea of candles will grow larger. He won't stop.
What happens if we leave them? if you let them remain. There may be a way to bring them back once the demon is slain.
There is no slaying the demon while this place remains. We need to act.
You don't have faith in my power.
I know this isn't easy, but I'll help. Just say the word and I'll summon a flood large enough to end this, all of this, once and for all.
Losa looks out over the sea of candles for a long while, saying nothing.
It's so quiet here. I don't feel him at all. Here we are, before the evidence of all his disgusting deeds, and my mind is clearer than it's been in a long time. It's funny, isn't it? How some pain is so big it just burns you clean from the inside out. It's almost like I could just step off the edge of this ledge and float away. There's nothing to me anymore. Nothing at all.
Say she belongs here with you.
The light from the candles dances in her dark eyes as she looks at you.
Do I?
She takes your hand and looks out over the sea of souls once more. She leans against you, letting you support the smallest bit of her weight.
Sometimes I think my fate was written from the beginning. I was never going to manage it. When someone that powerful wants something from you, they just take it. That's what they do. Only an idiot pretends they won't.
She stiffens and stands upright, running her fingers through her hair. She smiles. Smirks, really.
I guess that makes me an idiot. Malady, let's do it.
Alright.
With pleasure. Ah, perfect.
Her decision.
There. It's done. It's all done. Alright, that should do it. We need to leave. Quickly.
She pants and wipes her mouth. Blood smears across her sleeve. Losa is still and quiet, her eyes flashing grey, then black, then draining back to normal.
A drama leak. He must be furious. We need to get out of here. Now. Hurry. Here you have it, Losa. Do you feel it? How weak he's become.
It's amazing. My heart feels more like my own than it has in too long now. I can almost start hoping I stand a fighting chance.
You still need to face him. You still need to best him. But you can do it, especially with allies like this at your side. Of that, I have no doubt. None. I need to rest. You can do this. You are ready. You can finish this, now and forever.
I couldn't have done any of it without you, Mals.
Losa wraps Malady in a huge hug.
I want to not miss this dialogue. That's why I sped through that.
Flames in the demon's home plane and killed innocents in the process. Losa looks to her party, eyebrows raised.
I must admit, I had no intention of visiting a demon's home plane when we set out for Arx. Now we're the wiser, I suppose.
I had no choice. If I had left those souls alive,
I'm not going to condone it.
I stand no chance of defeating a drama leak. This is the only way forward. That was amazing. He's scared. I feel it. Oh my god, I feel it. This is it.
So glad she's a step closer to freedom. I don't need to ask that. I know she regrets it.
Freedom. I can hardly remember what it tastes like.
She looks at you, smiles, and licks her lips.
I bet it tastes like you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've a demon to destroy.
I'm going to help you do that. We're actually going to do that next episode, though, because that's kind of... Are we? I'm in two minds here, because, one, I kind of want to continue and just finish off this storyline, but at the same time, that... Millions of people. Like... Just dead. I think I'm going to leave it here, because that's just... Fuck. I've never done that before, by the way, because I've never had Losa in my party. It's one of the reasons I did this. I've never done the Red Princess story, I've never done Losa's story, so I was doing both with this playthrough. Fucking hell. I guarantee there's a way there that you can convince her not to do it, but I felt like the Red Prince... I mean, he's not exactly a good person, and I mean that like in a cosmic sense. I wouldn't say he's necessarily evil, but... if wiping out thousands of people to save people he loves, I think he would do that in a heartbeat. Or at the very least, he wouldn't stop it from happening, if you know what I mean. He wouldn't do it happily, but I don't think he'd care that much, which is why I played it that way. Fuck. Yeah, we're gonna take on a Dremelique next time. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, like probably isn't the right word, because fuck. But if you like the video, please leave a like. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Poof. Fuck me.